Okay, good morning, grade 12. We're going to do intersection of two arrays. We have an activity on page 77, activity 5, number 2, which is, you've got the data files. It's all about French and English. Learners who do that bilingualism test, and the people who achieve distinction in English are stored in a text file named english.txt. Here it is. And the people who got distinction in French have a french.txt. So these two files are there for the two distinctions. Now there's going to be in other words, there'll be a person who got a distinction of English and French. And the goal is to find out who got distinctions in both languages. And we're going to display the names of the learners for those who got distinctions in both in a rich edit. Now, there's some rules here, and there's some, the one rule is 50 names in each text file. So 50 names in each array, so our max is 50. We have a data type of TAR names that we're going to use. And we have these global variables. They are English, French, and both are going to be in TAR names. Then we have INUM French, INUM English, INUM both. So we must know what we've got to play with. We must use those global variables. We also have to use our procedure display. We also have to use our read to array procedure. Just going to read from the text file to the array. Only one rich edit is involved here, already output, so all we have to have is the heading and the array name and the number of elements for our display. The read to array, we need a text file name, so it'll either be English or French.txt. Maybe I should close these now because this didn't be safe. So in our read to array, we have the text file name, which will be in a string format, English.txt or French.txt. We'll have an array. The VAR parameter means that array will be changed. And the same with this rcount, VAR in front of rcount. That means that rcount might have a number 10 or 0, but then it's going to be increased to number 10. And VAR means that that array AR name will come into this procedure maybe empty, and then when we read to array, it's going to be full of names. So that's what the VAR stands for in your parameter list of your procedures. This is a user-defined procedure with a variable parameter. VAR stands for variable, means that parameter name can change. I mean the contents of that parameter, that variable can change. It's variable, in other words, it will change, it varies. So the read to array, let's go and write our read to array. And we're going to assume that our file name is there. Okay, so we'll say if not file exists. Imagine we're going to send the French array here and the French text file over here and the English text file name to this procedure. So we're taking this S file name here to see if it exists. Add the .txt. If not file exists, then we will show a message and exit. Okay, like we normally do, what we should do, no file found named, let's go plus that S file name plus .txt. Okay, so there we have that. S file name, which comes in here. Can you see that name's coming in there? We're using it in our procedure, exit. So here's our little procedure that we're writing. Right, so now we're going to go through our text file one line at a time, and we need a text file variable. Oops. Okay, so var t file colon text file, and then I just need that. I'm going to say assign file t file into s file name plus .txt. You got to add the .txt. You lose the mark if you don't add that. Sound file and then reset. Don't forget we are reading from the text file. And then while not end of file t file to begin and end, we will read the line straight into our array called AR name, the one coming in here, but we've got to use our count. AR name, AR array name, square brackets, our count. What is our count? We can't just use it like that. We're reading from the text file, so our count is to be set to 0, and then we increment it each time we read a line, before we read the line. Because why? Because we're reading it straight into the array. We're not going to read it into a string and then into the array. I'm reading it straight into the array AR name from t file. You see that I left out that parameter? The text file, read ln statement has a text file and the string that you're reading it into. Now AR name our count is the string. There's our count. We're using those things. As we said, the VAR parameter is going to go back with values to our calling program. So there it is, read. We read it into the text, into the array from the text file, and that is it. We don't have to do anything else. We should maybe close file just for safety's sake. Close file t file. Might not be necessary. So let's go back to our display button has been, display method has been written for us with the heading. Okay, there's going to be heading sent to it. So just remember, then when you write display, what we call display, we have a heading, and then we have used the array name and then the number of elements, and that is what happens. So yeah, but the rich edit's actually not being cleared, is it? But we'll leave it like that for now. I'm not so sure that we should really clear the rich edit. I'm not sure. Okay, maybe we should. We don't need dot lines. Dot clear is fine. Okay, so there we have. Oh wait, no, we don't want to clear it because you know what? They're adding one list and then another list. Right. So you've made sure that we've written those procedures. They're written. Everything's done there. And display used a for loop count and then the array that comes in here and the I number of elements that comes in there, and the heading. This is good practice, writing your own methods and using them. Now we're going to go and do the thing, show French candidates. So we've got to read from the French candidates. So we're going to call read to array. So how do you call a procedure? You just write the word read to array, and in this place we are going to put in brackets French. And you know what, I should have actually had .txt. The .txt over here, we actually shouldn't put that in there, because yeah, we're going to include it anyway in our file name when it goes along. See, I'm sending .txt there, read to array. Now, read to array, I'm actually including the .txt, comma. Then what's the next one that we have to put in? Read to array has the array name, ARR French, okay, comma, and what else has it got? A counter, num French. There we go, that's all that has to happen there. And then display, we're going to call this French, and then we're going to have ARR French as our array, and then num French as the counter. There it is. That's all that's required. We've already written all the work. Now we just basically at this point add English candidates to the list. Now I actually want to display the English, and then we're going to get the intersection just now. We're going to do it this way. We're going to have two different arrays. So there we go. English.txt, English, ARR English. Oh, by the way, do our autofill here. ARR English and num English. and of course this must be changed to English, and we can go run this program and see what happens. Click the button. Insertion error. Alright, run program reset. Okay, display. What if we just do the show friends candidates and not the English? Let's see. No, it didn't like that, eh? Rich edit last.add. Run program reset. French. It could very well be that after reading. Okay, let's have a look at our display. Num elements. Okay. So they are French. Basically what happened, well, read to array. Oh wait, that mustn't be there, yeah. Sound file is file name. And I did, when I said French.txt, was French.txt. Sent the right file there. Display. Okay, we were doing the read button. Let's go and check the read to array. Sound file, T file, reset. And okay. Oh, okay. No, but it should be fine. Because what we've got here is unknown French. Unknown French must be 0 beforehand, which it is. We make sure it is. There it is, also going to 0. And display, we're not going to clear it. Our name, our count. Line to error name, close file, T file. In fact, I'm not going to close. Oh wait, I have to close the file. On there. Do I have a text file sitting up here? No, we're not using any other variables over here. No names, heading, item elements, and item elements. I can't understand unless there's too many items in our French. Doesn't look quite so many. And if I were to select, we actually have, this is line 53. Ah, there's too many. There are too many elements in the text file. So just to compensate, we'll make this maximum 100 over here. Here we go. Right, so that should be fine. Okay. Show French candidates. Right, there we go. Done. And then add English. Now, we should have actually enabled the other ones, you know. I don't actually want any buttons disabled at this point. We want to be able to do everything. Enabled. Oh. We're not going to disable anything here. Okay, so let's run this. Right, show English. Okay, then we're going to add English. There's all the English. And then we're going to find the distinction in both. Now I've got 2 arrays, okay? 2. And I'm going to use a different method to, I'm not going to remove duplicates. I'm not going to combine the 2 and remove duplicates, which is suggested sometimes, you know, to do that. Yeah, we want to just find which names are in both the lists, and it should be very, very simple. So distinctions in both, we're going to use 2 arrays, and we've got them there, AR French and AR English. You've got ANAM French and ANAM English, and it's all done. And we're going to create a new array, ARR both. Oh wait, we've got the global array already declared. That's fine. ANAM both, and it's all declared over there. So that's fine. So all we're going to do now is going to use a we're going to take each one from the one array and to see if it exists in the other array. And we can choose which one we want to use. We'll use a for loop to search in the one, and we'll use a while loop to search in the other. So for k and r count, so we'll have k and we'll have n, you know, integer, k and m. So for k equals 1, doesn't matter who we go first, ANAM French, 2, and then begin and end. Right, now from begin we actually do need to have our m, so we can start at box number 1 in the other array, and then we're going to have a boolean called be found. We must make a boolean variable, because when you find a match, it's just like we normally go and search through something. Okay, when we find a match, then we're going to go and add it to our other array. We'll say wow, be found equals false, and m is less than or equal to our normal search criteria, or our conditions, our while loop conditions. Well, m is less than or equal to r count English. Now we can decide whether we can use the less than and equal sign. ANAM English, it's ANAM English, that global counter for the array. Okay, and remember that ANAM both has to be initialized right over here, ANAM both, if it's not already done somewhere else. But anyway, we always must keep track of our initialization of our variables. So here we go, ANAM equals 1. So what if it's we're going to go and check if ARR French square brackets k, that's our counter for our French, if that is equal to ARR English square brackets m, then we're going to go increment both ANAM both, and we will go say ARR both square brackets ANAM both equals, what is it going to be equal to? It's going to be ARR French. Doesn't matter, either one of these that we can use. Now, do we really need to do a, we can say be found equals true, because seriously, you're only going to find one anyway, but it's good to stop the loop if it's the second one that's the same. So there we go. Now this is going to safely, but we also have to increment to go to the next one. So I'm going to increment m here, increment m there. Do I have to do an else part? No, I'm not deleting. So I'm not going to worry to do an else part. And we're going to rest assured that this is going to work. Now, we can even check it. Well, we're going to sort them like we did in the previous activities to make sure that this works. Now, what's going to happen is after this, we're going to display our array both. So ARR both and ANAM both. Simple display method right there. We don't have to read from any text file. We can even write to a text file if we want. But what if we wanted to sort everything when we display? Well, we can do that here. Let's go and sort everything as well, like we did before. And maybe even go and get that code and copy and paste it quickly to save time. It was there. I know. I am basically just copying and pasting, guys, because I don't want to waste time here. Copying all of that in. ARR, and all we have to do is now just put in RNO elements, RNO of elements. Remember, we clicked on that sync edit mode. ARR display. And anything else? Nope, nope, nope. Now we have it in sorting. We've sorted it before we display it. So let's go run and see. Show French candidates. Can you see they're all in order now? Add English candidates. They're all in. Oops. Why is that not working? Distinctions in both. Uh-oh. My English didn't. Oh wait, English is there. And there's both. For some reason it left a whole big. Oh, because we're sorting it. And there were some blank spaces. So maybe we should sort it in reverse order. And you won't have those blank spaces. Yeah, let's see if that works. Right, show French, show English. Are we going to have a big gap? Nope, that's much better. And German distinction in both. We do have a gap here of all the blank spaces, but those are the distinctions in both, and they are sorted. And I'm quite confident this is correct. So I'm going to save this. You try this by yourself, and happy coding. See you later.